Hello, here are our headlines this morning, and a vigil has been held in memory of the 10 people killed in an explosion at a petrol station in County Donegal.
Major disruption for rail passengers in Scotland. Most services are cancelled because of a strike.
Up early preparing for Monday morning lectures, but the cost of living squeeze is really hitting student finances, leaving them on average just £50 a month after paying rent and bills.
The union representing defence barristers in England and Wales will announce this morning whether they will end their strike. Almost 2,500 members of the Criminal Bar Association were voting until midnight on whether to accept a new pay offer from the government.
Meanwhile, another strike. Thousands of BT and Openreach workers will stage fresh action today in a long-running dispute about pay. The Communication Workers Union said 40,000 of its members, including BT emergency call handlers, will walk out. Staff from the Environment Agency also considering industrial action that could see the first strike there over pay in the organisation's 26-year history. Unison said thousands of its members in England could take part.
At this morning's front pages, and we'll start with the front page of The Eye, which reports that Liz Truss is going to encourage her party to put on a unified front as polls continue to show Labour far in the lead. The Express asks Tory rebels to stop plotting and show loyalty and has a picture there of Jacob Rees-Mogg, the new business secretary. The Times says that the Prime Minister has begun a charm offensive to try and shore up support within her party, as Amanda was just telling us. But The Guardian report that her MPs are keeping up the pressure to try and force Ms Truss to raise benefits in line with inflation. The Metro describes Russia's attack on Ukraine after the strike on the bridge linking Crimea and Russia as the wrath of Putin. The Telegraph reports Putin describing the attack as an act of terrorism. Well, the FT reports on the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen saying that OPEC's move to cut production is unwise. The Daily Mail leads with claims that universities are changing the way they teach several subjects. The Daily Mirror reports that the man convicted of the acid attack on the television presenter Katie Piper has gone on the run. And The Sun says the next series of The Crown is likely to be controversial as it shows Prince Philip pursuing an affair. Now, if you want to see any of those front pages again and read the stories attached to them, do scan that QR code that you see on your screen. It's going to take you to our website where you'll find our press review. We're
going to start with The Guardian. Lots of today's newspapers focus on tensions within the Conservative Party ranks. This is The Guardian claiming that rebel MPs are forcing the Prime Minister towards what it calls another major U-turn over her plans not to increase benefits in line with inflation.
The Times also reporting this morning that Liz Truss is considering backing down over that benefits policy. And it says that she's planning what it calls a major charm offensive to win over Tory MPs. In fact, at 6:15 this Monday morning, we've got some other discussion today that we're going to look at about data and ages and siblings and kids, because there are 67 million of us making up the UK population. But the number of babies being born in England and Wales in 2020 decreased for the 5th consecutive year.
Yeah, it's almost 614,000. That is, in fact, the lowest number since 2002.